Next victim.
Hold on. Are we just gonna go past the information of a car?
Yeah.
There was a bus earlier,
Yeah,
Eli.
Zurin got on a bus, and then
Listen, I took a drink at that point. My memory can only focus on one thing at a time.
well, you're gonna have to focus a lot harder because I just rolled your number.
Right.
Hold on,
Here's your
Hey,
answer.
Really? Did
Hey,
you
hey,
really?
I did
Hey,
indeed. I did indeed.
Eli, I guarantee if you hadn't said a goddamn thing, you wouldn't have rolled your number.
I'm aware. I'm fully aware.
That's exactly what I was just saying.
Your RNG is
Now,
transferring games.
I'm gonna
dude.
take a guess at something, if I
Okay.
may.
Sure.
And I swear to fuck, if you say Ravenspire, it's too on the nose.
God.
Well, that's exactly what I was looking for. Was Ravenspire.
Oh my god,
I knew
Solomon.
There it is.
So
You couldn't have gone for, the screaming trees.
No,
that's what I thought. I was
no,
looking at screenshots.
no. There is a
would've
reason.
been funnier.
There is a reason behind that, and you will find out that
Screaming
later.
trees.
So what it is someone else is there.
Yeah.
That's where Amy's from.
See, I could have been like my entire thing then would have been
I'm alive.
All right, so we find ourselves in Ravenspire, and Ravenspire is not a city at all. It's actually just a cabin in the woods kind of scenario where it's a 2-story cabin set up on top of a quite large mountainside overlooking the valley. And Eli, I would like for you
Yep.
to please describe your character.
Well, first of all, it's a Kenku. So for those who don't know what it is, that's essentially a raven / crow person. And for this specifically, I've gone with a crow type person, so a crow humanoid. The name is Lock Clicker. Now, if my mic could pick it up, I'd do the clicking noises, but I can't because it won't. And basically, they can't speak. They haven't got the ability to speak Common or any other language. They can only repeat what they have heard previously or what they are currently hearing at that time. And yeah, he's essentially
Hey,
wanting to be a
Tony, we can see your Google search, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
You shouldn't be Googling that while we were streaming.
He's shopping during stream. What?
Indeed. But yeah, basically, the backstory of like how his family life works is essentially they was not good people who decided, fuck this, we're turning it around, and put their skills as rogues previously to use as locksmiths. And they want me to follow in them steps, and I said, oh hell no. That's about it.
All right. So I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I do have an idea in mind.
I assume Lionel
plays
Richie,
out.
I hear he knows what people are looking for these days.
So,
Let's see if it plays out how you want it to.
right. So, Locke. You are currently sitting at your adopted parents, technically, and well, hold up, no, not adopted parents.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nope. Nope. That needs to be changed because that hasn't been updated. Okay. You're sitting at in the workshop. Yep, there it is. You're sitting at the workshop of your father. He is currently working on some locks, and neither one of you are speaking at all. But he has his mind completely focused on trying to meddle and fix this lock that he's working on. And you are sitting not too far behind him, trying to work on something similar. You're doing that thing where like you're mimicking everything that he's doing verbatim. So what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to roll a sleight of hand after rolling a perception check. So roll a perception check first to see if you can notice how much of that you pick up, and then after that, sleight of hand.
Sweet. That's terrible. I got a 2 which
Okay.
is 2 plus 4,
Okay.
so 6 total.
Okay.
That was my perception.
Okay, now roll a sleight of hand, and I'll tell you what happens.
I got a 15, which is also a +5, so technically a dirty 20.
So, because of the fact that your father is so, like, hunched over this lock, you can't really get a good grasp as to what he's doing. It's almost like he's got it pulled into his chest, and he's, using those little binoculars to look down at it and get like a closer inspection on it. So there's a lot of distractions going on for you to not be able to physically see what he's doing. However, you are able to pick up on a few things by the sounds that he's making, the clicks. The clicks give you an indicator as to certain aspects as to how he's managing the lock that he currently has in his hand. So you look down at your lock, and you've got your thieves' tools on you, and you start picking at this lock and start making the same sounds, and then you hear a click, and it opens up. Okay.
I am visually pleased, smiling, you could say. But I would like to know if I know what time it currently is.
Roll me a
Insight?
roll me a perception check. Actually.
Oh, we know those go lately. I got a 7 plus 4, 11 in total.
Yeah, that's enough. So you look up and you see a clock hanging up on the wall, and it says that you've got roughly about 10 minutes before you need to leave to head off to school.
Do I have my equipment on me? Like all my gear?
You don't have everything on you currently. Most of it is in your bedroom, but you wanted to come down here and kind of like help your father out, because you do it daily. You're so used to being down here that this just feels comfortable to you. So you look up at the clock and you see that you've got about 10 minutes to go and get ready. Your father notices that though, and he looks up. He takes a piece of chalk, and on the wall, he writes a symbol in thieves' cant.
Okay.
And I need you to roll me an insight check.
Sweet. My insight's actually pretty good if I remember right. I got a 20.
A 20?
Without any modifier. So with the modifier, it's like a plus. It's so you got a
nat 20. Perfect. So
Yep.
You're so fluent in thieves' cant that it's literally like second nature to you at this point. Like this is your language. This is what you know. You look up at the wall and you see this symbol, and the symbol represents the time of day. Essentially, he's basically asking you, "Are you about to get ready to go to school?"
I'm going to respond back in the voice of a previous customer. Get it done. And I'm gonna start heading upstairs.
All right. He waves you off without turning his head, and goes back to fiddling with his locks. You go upstairs, and your room is, funny enough, it's actually relatively neat. It's kind of scary how neat it is, and the reason for that is that you're so used to your father's OCD personality, where he keeps everything organized and keeps everything in very specific locations, that you've kind of just picked up on that. That's just something that you thought that was a great idea, so you just made it your own. So you know where everything's at, everything's organized, it's in exactly where it's supposed to be. You go and grab your things, start putting your uniform on, you start getting your backpack, getting all of your gear together, and you start making your way out. And
I would like to go out of the window.
You would like to go out the window, okay.
Instead, yes.
Please roll me a dexterity saving throw, because you're on the second story.
You're not in a treehouse.
And you don't have wings.
And I got an 11, and my modifier is a +5, so 16 total.
You are so used to going out of your window and getting to the shortcut route that this is just something that you do on a daily basis. You're so used to it;
Yeah.
it's natural to you. So you go out of your window, you jump down, you land on your feet. You don't feel any pain. You don't get a sprain or anything. You see just ahead of you that there is the shortcut that leads down that takes half the amount of time to get to the school on foot. However, you do see a horse tied up to the side of the house that you can go and grab, and you know it to be your horse.
Take the horse.
Okay, so you grab the horse, you saddle it up, and you start making your way down the secret path, heading towards
Is
the
it
academy.
blue?
Is the horse blue?
Oh my god.
Yes.
No.
What color is my horse?
Be a chestnut brown.
It's the Zarian Stallion.
The
Has it got a
blue
name?
killer.
Actually, no,
Blue
because because the fact that you don't know how to speak common, so you don't really have a physical representation for a name. You have a symbol.
I would like to name it after the sound its hooves make when it runs. Clippity clop.
Okay, sure, works for me.
I thought he was gonna name it "Get It Done."
No, that's the what a previous customer said to me dad when he was
Get it
brought a
done.
lock in and said, "Get it done, 5 gold."
You're doing your best impression of the Prilo set guy. Get her done.
No, I actually didn't even know about that.
Oh, I can't remember his
Which
name.
I had.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Is it Larry the Cable?
Get
Alright.
it done.
Alright.
Get her done.
It's just the Prilo set guy. Yeah, Larry the Cable.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay, Amy,
Man, it's gonna be funny whenever Tony looks at chat.
it's your turn, Amy.
Oh no.
You are not in a restful sleep, you're in a fitful sleep. You're laying on your bed and your alarm hasn't gone off yet. You're rolling around in your bed and you're having your nightmare. The nightmare of where you found yourself trapped in the area known as the Screaming Trees. You find yourself back in that cave where you were, in the lack of the better term, left to die. You walk down into the pathway into the cave and you see it. You see the Hydra. It's staring down at you. It's looking at you with menacing eyes. It's red, glowing. Hit like just creepy eyes. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Damn, Tony.
Throwing a Hydra right off the bat.
Fucking pull that face
Is that a
again, man.
D20?
Yes.
I got a 9.
Got a 9.
What's your
Oh, hold
wisdom
on.
and stuff?
Yeah, what's your modifier?
Hold on. I actually have her sheet. I can.
I was gonna say like I sort of need a bit of it. Wisdom's 13 plus 1, so it's a 10.
So
Right.
13 plus 1. So if you rolled a 9, so then it is a 10. Okay. Yeah.
It's a 10. Yeah.
Cool. Fantastic. Okay. You watch as the Hydra lashes out at you. And right before it goes and snaps right at your face, you wake up. You're in a cold sweat. You're drenched. Your bed is soaking wet from where you've been tossing and turning, and you've got that nasty sleep sweat all over the bed. You know. However, as you wake up, you hear a knock on the door. What do you do?
Who is it?
Are you okay?
I've been better, but all things considered.
You have the nightmare again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Honey. There's nothing I can really say in order to get you out of that mindset and remove those nightmares from you, but it's almost time for school, and hopefully this school will help. And I know you don't want to go. I understand. You really don't want to go, but we need you to go, and we need you to be there so that hopefully we can correct these wrongs that have been done to you, because we don't know what else to do.
Well, I'm just hoping I can finally fit in for once. After all the previous times, it's just
Okay, well, the bus is about to be here. It's on its way. You've got a little bit of time. You can get cleaned up, get dressed, come down and eat a little bit of breakfast if you need to, and by the time you get all that done, you should be able to get on the bus.
that sounds like a good idea to me.
You watch, or you hear actually, because she never actually opened the door, but you hear her as she walks off, and you have a couple of minutes to go ahead and get ready, get your clothes and everything situated, go and get all that sweat and drench off and everything, get nice and dried off and clean and ready for the day, essentially. You manage to get everything done, and you go downstairs, and we find ourselves in the little town of Old Bastion, which is actually not too far away from the Screaming Trees. And the town itself it's kind of run down a little bit. It's a little bit better off than the Coffin Rock, which is just a little ways away from where you're currently at. But you go down and you see that your mom and your dad have both prepared actually a really nice breakfast for you. They kind of went out and got all the stops for you. That you've got your bacon, you've got everything that you could possibly think of that you shouldn't actually have at the moment because of how hard it's been financially the last couple of months for your family. You see stuff that's on the table that you technically shouldn't have been able to afford.
Guys, how did you get this stuff? This is great.
Roll me an insight check.
That's a 10.
10 total. Yep. Okay. So it's not hard to see, and the reason I made you roll insight is because your passive perception, which is 11, would have seen it quite clearly as close as you are to him. Your dad has cuts and bruises all over his body, like he's been out and he's been exploring. He looks beat up. And he looks down at you and says, "Well, honey, I did some work here recently, and I managed to get us quite a bit of money to last us for the month, and I thought, I'll go in and spoil you a little bit before you head off to school, because we're not going to be able to see you for a while once you go to the academy. So I wanted to make sure that your last day here for a while was going to be a good one." So
Well, this is amazing. I love it.
the three of you sit down and you eat, and it's delectable. It's wonderful. It's probably the best meal that you've had in months. But you still, in the back of your mind, that little tingling sensation is still there. It's still lingering to the point to where that your entire meal goes silent. Nobody says a word. Next thing you know, you hear the bus pulling in. Your mom and your dad stand up, grab your plate, and grab theirs and start heading off to where they can go and clean their plates and clean off the tables. And they say, well, we're not going to be able to see you for a while, but we hope that you have a good time. And we hope that you learn a lot and you make some friends.
Want it?
I'll try my best.
Watch as our beloved character heads off, and please give your name because we weren't able to do that.
My character's name is Allura.
Lura. So we see Allura head off and get on the bus and head towards the academy. Next.
Next victim, rise.
Rolling.
A lot of dice rolls.
There we
You
go.
could
Finally got it. Finally
And you
got
could
it.
literally just make it even and odd. There's 2 left.
Yeah, like, all right. Shinny.
Hold on. Please refer to. Oh, crap. I lost it because I thought that was a message. Please refer to general sessions.
Wait, please refer to what?
I'm making a joke.
Oh my god. I see it. Okay. Let me pull up your notes that I've got for you. All right. Cool. We find ourselves in Old Bones. Our friend Shinny's character, I'll let him introduce himself here in a few seconds, but we find him in a tall tower. One of those towers that you only hear about in the stories. It's a wizard's tower. It's not very common anymore, but yet here one stands. He's at the very top of the tower. He's in a almost like a little work study that his bedroom is connected to. Shinny, please describe your character for me.
Alright, I'm a tabaxi, which for those of you who do not know, that's cat person. That's not a lion. With dark red hair, with silver eyes. Currently wearing just your stereotypical adventurers outfit, and they stand about 6 foot even. And at this point, he's just reading a book, trying to gain some information on some stuff.
Give your character's name right quick.
Altair.
Alright, so Altair. You hear a voice yelling down from below and saying, "Boy, are you ready yet?"
I ain't going because that's not going to help me get to what I'm wanting to look for.
You're going to go to this damn school if I have to drag you myself.
Bring it.
Get your shit ready and get out. Go to the academy.
Said
Fuck's
every
sake.
13-year-old.
And then you
14, get it right.
and then you hear as it kind of dies down a little bit. What do you do?
Starts reading your chat. Well, grabs his stuff and goes down. Like, he's not wanting to go, but he's gotta go.
You see as there is... He's not an old wizard. He's kind of like in his prime. He's standing at the door waiting for you. He's tapping his foot. He's got his arms crossed. And he's like, "Are you ready?"
As I'll ever be.
He throws you a flying broom. He's like, I at least hope you know how to ride this.
I've only lived here for how long?
Fuck me. Anyway, let's go. We need to get you on the next train over. So we got to go down to Drowned Elf Lake and get you on a train heading to the academy because these brooms aren't like they used to be. They don't fly as far. If I could, I'd take you on the broom all the way, but it won't make it. So we need to fly down to the Drowned Elf Lake and get you on a train heading down. So let's just go. Your mother is actually not there. She is off to work, so you won't be able to say goodbye to her. But the two of you fly off and you head down to Drowned Elf Lake, and it's actually a quite a bustling little city. You find that there is several subways, kind of making its way all the way around the actual lake itself. It's almost like the city itself was built over top of the lake, and they use the lake as a resource center to help them grow their crops and everything. But the subways are on ground level, and they're all the way surrounding the lake itself. There's actually 4 of them. There's one to the north, south, east, and west. Your father takes you one closest to you, and he gets you down there. He goes and buys your ticket. He hands it to you and says, "Now, for fuck's sake, do not do like you did in elementary school where you fucking ran off and thought that, we wouldn't find your ass, because I can't handle that shit. I ain't got time to go and look for you."
Whatever.
You just see him, he's rubbing his temples. He's like, "Look, I know we have our differences, and I know we don't get along to a degree, but this school will help you out." All right. Hello, one and all. Welcome back to another episode of Adventuring High. We are going to give a brief little recap here in next couple of minutes. I'm going to do a couple of plugins first to kind of get a little bit of time wasted, because we've got one of our players who is trying to get set up at the moment. So, plugins. We are going to plug in, of course, Duckies and Dargans and Chaos Crits, because 2 of our players are from both of those different podcasts, with a potential third person being in one of those that podcast at some point in the future. So thank you to Duckies and Dargans and to Chaos Crits. And we are also going to plug in another plugin, and one that I have not plugged in a while because I've gotten particularly lazy. We're going to plug in XP Coffee as well as W Energy. So for those that need a little bit of a boost first thing in the morning, like myself, you can go in and check out XP Coffee if you are a coffee lover, such as me. Or you could go and check out W Energy, to where that you can go in and get you one of those little flavored energy drink powder things that it's kind of been all the rage here the last couple of years. They've got a bunch of different products out now, a bunch of different shaker cups, different flavors that you can pick from. Personally, the fact that this company reached out to me literally through email and keeps in touch with the podcast as well as streaming quite frequently. It's probably one of the better ones that I've seen just for that reason alone. And I'm greatly appreciative of that. XP Coffee is also the same way, where they keep in touch through multiple different channels and ask about how I'm doing and everything. So any company that's willing to go out of their way and message you personally and just to see how your day is doing, they've got my vote of confidence. So we'll go in and do those plugins. And go ahead and do a brief little recap while we're at it. So, last we left off, our esteemed players managed to find themselves in a graveyard where they had to go in and basically dig up a couple of corpses and ended up finding a bunch of different like little goodies. They found a rapier, a cleaver, a nice little bow, quiver to go with the bow. The god of this world was also mortified at the fact that his joke was taken away from him, and things like that shouldn't happen. But the god is very forgiving at times, so he will allow this to slide on this occasion.
Remember, kid.
Oh, I just
Always
realized what
make
you're
sure-
talking about. Yeah.
Always
hear
make
you-
sure to feed your DD and bubblegum.
I hear he's hung like a horse.
Not blue, though.
He's hung like a Zadian stallion.
Oh, he's
I
hung
see.
all right.
I say nay.
I say
From the
nay.
rafters, maybe.
However, they did run across a very peculiar being in the form of a sentinel that was being controlled by the ones that they know as Zarus the Betrayer. This sentinel came to them and told them that his sole purpose was to have them comply and he take them to the prisons, which is essentially where any magic user in particular or anybody that doesn't adhere to the laws of the land, they go and basically become slaves until they either, one, change their way of thinking, or two, they die in the mines. One of the two. Our players were sent there, albeit that one of them was smart enough to hide all of their gear before the Sentinel could suss them out.
Big up Zarin.
Yay!
Make their way there only to find that one particular person that they had run across before is quite literally the head honcho of this entire establishment. They were paired off into different sectors of the mines, which allowed them to have various jobs. Ilya and Allura are cooks. You've got Zurin, who pushes the carts. And then you've got Altair, which does the binding. And that is where we are now. We're going to start with the obvious. Allura and Ilya.
And
Oh,
why
boy.
are we the obvious?
Why are we the obvious ones?
Because you're the closest one
To where?
to the map for me.
We're all on the. Oh, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Where-
So we're the most convenient then.
Most
Yeah.
convenient, however you want to put it. However,
Where's my gruel?
All right, then set the scene.
the two of you have teleported to a makeshift looking kitchen that was kind of strung together in what seems to be like a hurry. It's built up on the side of the rock face. There's definitely a bunch of cooking equipment, so you can see some dull looking knives, you can see pots, pans, a whole assortment of things. However, the ingredients that you have is scarce. In fact, they're so scarce that quite literally the only thing that is on the menu, and you know this because there is a piece of like a piece of parchment on the wall that says the one thing that they feed these people is rat stew. And it tells you what the ingredients are and how to make rat stew.
They don't eat coconut anymore. Now they only eat rat.
Welcome to Martha Stewart's kitchen.
That was not quite the reference I was making, but okay.
On today's episode,
So what do the two of you do?
I'm gonna look around and see if any of the you said something about dull looking knives. Could that descriptor be applied to every single knife there is?
Quite literally, every knife that is near you guys right now is so dull, it's flat.
Okay.
So they are just they are making it as difficult for the two of you as you could possibly make it.
Nice. Okay. Yes, I don't have anything on me right now because Zurin's still got all of our weapons.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss. Ilya, any suggestions?
DM, are there any bricks?
Bricks, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and tell you no, but you can roll to see if you can maybe find like a large rock.
I'm looking for something. I'm looking for rock that's got a flat surface to it.
Okay, then definitely roll a perception check to see if you can find something.
18. Let's go.
You kind of look around and rummage through everything and thinking that because, this whole establishment that you're currently standing in is technically next to the face of a giant rock buried, you don't know how many feet down inside of the earth. You do manage to find a couple of smooth looking rocks. They're not like perfectly smooth, but they're smooth enough to kind of get the job done.
I'm gonna take one of the knives and hold it at a 15-degree angle and just start sliding it along the surface of the rock and begin to sharpen the blade.
Okay.
Using
Go
it
ahead.
as a makeshift whetstone.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check then.
Oh, great. Another thing I've got a +0 in.
Oh, yeah.
17.
my.
Let's go.
Okay. I will say this, that it starts to do what you're wanting it to do, so it starts to sharpen it, but it's not like completely sharpened. So essentially what it's going to be is that the knife is going to give you like a -1 modifier. So it's sharp, but if you try to attack with it, it's going to be 1d20 -1, and then the damage is going to be, I'm going to say 1d4.
Okay. How long would you say that took Ilya to do?
Several minutes. Several.
All right.
Jesus.
I'm gonna toss it to Allura, and I'm just gonna start working on a second one. And when I give the knife to Allura, I'm just gonna say, "Well, I don't want to start fucking rioting here because people don't have nothing to eat. So here, take this. Get started. Just I don't know. Do you know how to skin a fucking rat?
No, but never too late to learn. I'm just gonna start like kind of haphazardly trying to strip the skin off this
Okay.
dead rat.
Go ahead and make me a survival check as well, please.
Survival check. Shall do.
It puts the lotion on
That's
it
an 11,
again.
so I'm not doing the best job, but
Okay, so essentially what you're doing is that you manage to kind of take most of the skin off with this makeshift sharpened knife. You find it pretty difficult because it's not like completely sharp, but you're also hacking away at it as rough as you possibly can make it. I'm going to say that the modifier for it is now at a -2 instead of a -1 because of how rough you are with it. The damage will remain the same.
So
Yeah.
1d4 -2.
Yeah, it would be 1d20 1d20 -2 and then 1d4 damage.
All right. Okay.
Basically, she chipped the knife in certain areas.
Okay.
God, you're not being very forgiving.
Ilya's just gonna start working on the same thing. She's just gonna start trying to chop up rat or whatever.
Okay. So did you manage to make another knife?
You didn't ask me to roll, so I will roll for that.
Yes, roll another survival check. What did you roll? Because I see your face.
We're not gonna talk about it.
We are going to talk about it. Tell me your
Nat
roll.
one, Nat
No, we're
one,
not-
Nat
we
one.
We're not gonna talk about it.
We going to talk about it. I want to know.
The
Well, I
blade
would
snaps
say-
in half.
I wouldn't say I'm gonna go to jail, but I'm already in jail.
Nat
So-
one.
So,
Does dice need to go into dice jail?
so
I'm using D&D Beyond. I can't put D&D Beyond in dice jail.
Yeah, you can. It's called use roll dice.
Yeah.
uh,
I don't want my dice to fuck me.
so
You tried to
Yeah,
make a
fuck
knife,
my
but you made a
D&D
shiv instead.
Hey, a shiv would be useful.
You
so
just got a toothpick now.
the rock has definitely shattered. There is no more rock. And you also broke the knife, so now it's just the handle, and the actual blade itself is like broken into several pieces.
Well, he said there were several knives, so I'm just gonna go and pick up another one.
Cool. Allura, what are you doing while she is trying to sharpen another knife with, and also after she tries to find another rock?
Are we bound in any way?
No.
No.
No,
No,
you're not.
Shackles, no
bindings.
chains, no magic bindings, no nothing.
No, you have no physical bindings on you.
Okay. Is there anything looking at us?
You can roll a perception check.
I will do just
Okay,
that.
so Sony, I rolled a perception check and a survival check. In that order is a 15 and a 16.
Okay, so you definitely succeed on both of those. You find another rock that looks a little bit smoother than the last one. Also, you managed to make another makeshift knife out of these really dull-looking knives. I'm going to say that it will be just a straight D20 roll for the attack, and then it will be 1d4 on the damage.
Essentially turning a bat into a blade.
That was a 15 on my perception.
15? Okay. You don't see any physical beings like around you, but what does catch your eye is that in each corner of the room, you see what looks to be like this glowing white orb that's just floating in midair, and it's rotating, just spinning slowly.
Okay. Can I investigate to see if they are a scry orb?
You would roll an Arcana check.
Can I give the help action?
You may indeed, yes. Tell me,
Thank you, because I have a
tell
plus
me
0 on
how you,
Arcana.
tell me how you do that though, Mayhem.
You're an asshole.
Punishment.
I'm
Welcome
gonna
to
wait this
prison,
out before I
bitches.
make my rolls.
Okay, hold on.
Actually, no, fuck it. While you're thinking this up, I'm gonna make my rolls.
Hold on. Would it be illogical to assume that Ilian knows what a scry orb is?
I will. Okay, I'll tell you what.
I'm just asking for a yes or no here. Like, would you say that given the fact that she's been in the academy, would she have learned what a scrying orb is?
I will say that you will know what a scrying orb is, but you only know the concept of a scrying orb. You have never seen one because you're
Okay,
new
then
to
I
the
just-
academy.
Then I will help by describing the concept of a scrying orb that Ilya has learned in her time at the academy,
All right,
so that Allura has a better idea of what to look out for.
cool. All
Yeah,
right,
because I imagine I only have a basic idea as well.
all right. So I will let you roll that with advantage.
Okay.
God, that felt good to do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, now you know why I did it.
First roll's not bad.
Okay,
Second roll was absolute shit. How's a 17?
17. Okay, so with a 17, you have a very good guess that these are indeed scrying orbs.
All right.
It's one of those things that there are actually 4 of them. So there's one in this corner,
Mm, 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 mm. Right, do the first ping again. I saw the second. Where's the first one?
So first one is here,
There. Saw the
here,
second one. Yep.
here,
Yep.
and then roughly about this area.
Okay.
Okay, Tony.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
The direction that oh fucking hell, hold on. The direction that this one and this one are facing. Are they facing this way? Or are they facing this way?
Yes to both. Because they're moving. They're moving. They're
Okay,
they're
okay.
rotating. So they rotate on an axis basically, and they face all directions, so they can
They're
see.
literally CCTV cameras.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck. Right, well, we're being watched and pretty intently as well.
Wouldn't be prison if we weren't.
What can we even do? Okay, is there any moment in the movement of the four scrying orbs where we are simultaneously out of camera on all four? Out of sight.
Roll me a perception check.
Right. Ooh. Okay, 19. I will take that. 19.
Okay. So you sit there and watch it for several minutes. You just eyeball all four of them,
Okay.
and you time it. You get to a
Yep.
point to where that after a 10-minute mark, they all face in the direction that is away from the center of the room. So it will end up that after every 10 minutes, this orb will face this way, this orb will face this way, this orb will face this way, and this orb will face that way.
So
Okay.
essentially, this way is completely clear.
Yes, but it's only at the 10-minute mark. After the
yeah.
10 minutes, Alora, you also notice with that high of a roll that you have exactly 1 minute to get from here to here without being spotted.
Right. Okay. I am gonna wait for that window of opportunity. And as soon as that window opens, I am gonna try and vault over this table and check this desk here to see if I'm assuming that's another table.
That's another table, yes.
Right. I would like to check this table to see if there's anything on it that I can potentially have or use.
Okay, roll me a perception check. So Ilya, you watch as she literally just jumps over the table behind you with all of the cooking gear, and then sprints off to the next table while you are in midst of sharpening another knife.
Okay.
Luck is in my favor tonight. I was an 18. I'll take that.
Okay, so with an 18, this table looks to be like a makeshift table that is designed for those of the higher ups. So basically, the guys that are like in charge will come in here and sit at this table to eat, while the rest of the crew will just be given a bowl and be told to sit on the ground and eat.
Okay. Is there nothing that's been left behind that I can pick up or make use of?
I will say that there is a half-empty bottle of ale.
Okay.
There's a couple of like wooden mugs, and kind of like basically your essential like forks and spoons, but they're all made out of wood as well.
And they're not even remotely sharp or usable like the forks. Or anything.
No, not really. Basically, these people were given these utensils to use, but they did so in a smart way just in case somebody wanted to try something.
God damn it. Right. I want to take the half-empty bottle of ale.
Okay. It is glass.
How long? It's glass.
It is glass.
Okay. How far away do you think the noise would be heard if I smashed it?
I will let you roll a.
Would it be like sleight of hand or something?
No, I'm gonna say you would either need to roll insight or. No, I'm gonna say insight because in my head, the knowledge that you would gain of trying to see whether or not how loud a sound would be on your own merit would be an insight check. So go ahead and roll me
Okay.
insight.
All right. Oh, 21! Yes!
Okay,
18 on the die.
so you come up with this idea of taking a glass bottle and trying to shatter it to see the ramifications of the sound that would be made. However, this cave being the way that is laid out currently, you can kind of get the gist that there would be an echo, that it would be heard much further than you would anticipate it would be, because it would reverberate off of walls and bounce into different locations.
Right. Solution. Because I have like a cloak on part of my outfit, don't I?
You
Like
do.
just a simple cloak.
You do, yes.
Right. I want to wrap the bottle in my cloak and smash it to try and muffle the sound.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a. Go ahead and roll me a strength check to see how if you're capable of smashing it.
Okay. 16?
Yes. So basically, what you do is you wrap it up into your cloak. You take your cloak off, and then you set it on the ground. You stomp on it with your foot, and it cracks it, but there's no noise.
Okay, so do I now have like broken glass?
You have broken glass, but your
Wet cloak because it was
your
still full of half a bottle
your
of ale.
cloak. Well, I'm about to give you a little bit of a heads up because of the rolls you've been making. So not only is your cloak wet, but it now has a distinct smell to it
What?
because of the ale. You have your glass shards, but the ale that was used inside of the bottle is a very stout ale, very strong. And you now have a very distinct smell on your cloak that will be very difficult to get out.
Okay. Right, because I'm presuming my window of opportunity is now closing.
Yes.
I'm using the last of that minute to take the broken glass wrapped up in the cloak, jump back over the desk, and rejoin Ilya as if I'd never moved.
Okay. So I will say all of that took exactly 1 minute to do that, and you now have 10 minutes before the next rotation.
Before we have next rotation, right? Is there any space underneath this table?
Yes, it's not much, but there is enough for you to be able to like crawl underneath it.
That's not so much my intent. It's more to surreptitiously show Elia that I've managed to acquire some sharp broken glass.
I would say that you would be able to roll like sleight of hand.
I just want to be able to show her that I've managed to get that
Yeah, so
without
I-
giving it away.
I would definitely say roll sleight of hand to see if you manage to show it to Ilya unnoticed by the scrying orbs.
Okay. That's not good.
Okay, what did you roll?
That's an 8.
Okay, so
Fuck. This is where it falls apart.
essentially, like you can't. It's not a matter of that like the scrying orbs really do anything or nothing really happens. It's more the lines of that your cloak, because it has ale on it, it's starting to dry up a little bit, and with glass shards being like pointy, they're sticking to your cloak, so you're having a hard time unwrapping your cloak.
Yeah. Great.
Ilya, what are
Well-
you doing?
suppose just trying to prep this fucking rat.
Okay, go ahead and make me a survival check on cooking the food.
$13.
So not knowing anything about like cooking in general, you kind of just follow the directions the best you can, even though that the handwriting is completely sloppy and it's hard to read. You follow it to the best of your ability. It takes you a while to do all of the prep, a long while. The vegetables that you cut up are in like different sized chunks. So you've got big pieces, small pieces, medium sized pieces. It's all different sizes. And you look at your prep work and you're like, I guess this will do for a prison. And then you just dump it into the pot and mix it in with some water and then put the lid on it and hope that that's what it will do. Because quite frankly, you ain't got no seasonings either. So it's basically just water, vegetables, rat, and yeah.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Is Elia gonna notice like the fact that I'm fumbling around with this cloak that's got shards of glass sticking out of it?
I will say that the moment that Ilya goes to put she finishes the prep work, I'll say that. So Ilya, the moment that you finish cutting up all the vegetables and cutting up the rat meat into the chunks, you notice that Ilya is struggling, or not Ilya, you notice that Allura is struggling with her cloak.
Okay.
And also you smell something really weird. Like it's rank.
Like, God damn, Allura, you stink!
Matter of fact, I'll even give you the exact wording of what it smells like. You ever have alcohol that sits for too long, and then you open the bottle and you smell it?
Yeah.
That's what you smell.
He just sort of leans back a little bit and goes, "Girl, you good?"
And I'm just fumbling around with this cloak, and I'm just like, "Yep, I got some fucking broken glass in this thing."
I'm in prison and I need to feel good.
Listen, toilet wine is not the fucking way to go. Okay.
Hey, you're lovely. Okay.
I'll have you know, I brew the finest toilet wine this side of.
Shut up, Trigger.
Speaking of, we're actually going to go over to our good friend Zurin. Zurin.
Mm-hmm.
So during this entire time, you have found yourself in a small little crevice inside of the rock face. You have what looks to be like a cart that is sitting up on top of a rail track that is half full of what looks to be like a very particular looking stone. One that it looks very much different than the rock face that is taking up like 95% of this entire establishment. Behind you, there is a guard, and it's one of those creatures that has a tentacle for a face, and he is currently holding a whip in one hand, and onto the other side of this guard, you see 3 people. All 3 of them are mining up on the side of the cliff face. And you see them taking pickaxes, hitting the rock, hitting it, looking, hitting it. And then sometimes you see one of them like stop, go and grab something out of the cliffside, put it into a bucket, whatever it is, and then start hitting again.
I want to roll investigation on what's in the cart.
Okay. Go ahead.
Come on. Roll 20. Be nice. Fuck you, 10.
You don't know necessarily what this rock is, but it is very peculiar looking. It's a it's
Dandy rock.
it's primarily like a black see-through stone.
Like onyx.
It's kind of lighter than onyx. It's almost like if you look at it at a certain light, you could almost like swear up and down that it would be violet, but in the dark parts of the cave, it's like pitch black. But
Well, I have dark vision, so
yeah, well, I'm saying in the gist of like looking at the rock, you know what I mean. But I will say at least with a 10 that when you go to pick up one of these rocks, you feel funny when you pick it up.
now I'm gonna do an Arcana check on it.
Okay.
Swear to God, roll 20. Nat fucking 20. Thank you.
You've heard of this before, only in stories. Matter of fact, that you thought that this particular stone had to be extinct. It became extinct almost, I'm going to say like 10,000, 15,000 years ago. It's called ethereal.
So it's a black see-through ethereal stone.
Yes.
Fuck.
I'll even go a step further with your nat 20. You pick up one of the stones.
Uh-huh.
That little funny feeling that you're getting from touching the rock.
Let me guess, that's my soul slipping away, isn't it?
No, that's your mana. That is your aura. It's absorbing your aura and it's starting to slowly change color. In
It's
fact,
it's stealing all my magic?
yes. So it's not stealing your magic. It's almost like it's trying to share your magic. It's trying to take on the properties of which that you hold your essence. So you sit there and hold the stone, and it's slowly going from like a black onyx see-through to almost like a slowly, like it's taking a long time for this to happen, but it's almost like a crimson color.
Now, do I feel any negative effects from that whatsoever?
No, it's not hurting you.
And I can still feel that my arcane abilities are still there?
Yes, you can, like, you still have all of your like spells, you have all of that. Everything is still there. It's more or less it's not leeching from you, it's trying to share whatever it is that you've got. So it's almost like an extension of your arm, essentially.
Well, thank you, D&D Beyond. I wanted you to refresh. That's exactly what I wanted you to do.
And when you get the chance, roll me an insight check.
Absolutely. I have no idea about myself. I'm
Okay, so I will be generous with a 9 because of the nat 20 before that. So basically, it's giving you like a little extra oomph.
Okay.
You kind of get the assumption that this is the reason why that they are being stripped of their magic, because if they were to go and touch this, then a full-on fucking magic riot could happen and give them more power than they're able to handle. So they strip them of their magic so that they can go and mine this ore and not imbue the stones with magic from their own bodies and give the prisoners an upper hand. But that's all you know.
Is the guard looking at me?
No, currently he's looking at the other three. He's making sure that they're doing their jobs.
I am pocketing several stones.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check, and I'll say because he's not looking in your direction, do it with advantage.
With pleasure. 14.
14. I will say you pocket about 4 stones before he turns around and looks in your direction.
Okay. Well, I want to do something, but I do not want him looking at me, so I'm going to wait for him to stop looking at me.
Okay. So he looks in your direction for what feels like 5-10 minutes, give or take. He looks at you as if like that he's essentially deciding whether or not he is going to hit you or he is going to do like he did earlier where he ate somebody's brain. And then he slowly turns back around in the other way to look at the other 3.
Okay. Now, is this your typical mining cave where it's got a very high ceiling and it's really fucking dark and whatnot?
Some areas, yes. Other areas, no. So in particular, the areas that are closest to the entrance, or at least to your knowledge is the entrance, where you teleported at, the ceiling is a low bearing ceiling. And then the further you go into the cave, the higher the ceiling gets.
But it's pretty high where I'm at right now.
Yes, it's pretty high.
I want to try something. I want to activate the Ring of Shadows.
Okay, it is dim light.
I want to become invisible.
You do exactly that. You are now invisible.
And I want to fly all the way up to as high up as I can get.
Okay, the highest you can get in this part of the cave is about 70 feet up.
And I essentially want to look around to see if I see where everyone else is at, like Altair, Ilya, and Allura.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the ninja symbol to show that you are invis. I am hidden. So in order to go and look at your current surroundings, you're going to need to go a little bit further in. So you need to go at least to a minimum of here.
Okie dokie. I want to go there, not measure myself. Thank you.
So you go there. I need you to roll me a perception check, please.
Okie dokie. 13.
So you definitely see Allura and Ilya. They are currently standing in an open-faced area where it looks to be like some form of like makeshift kitchen, like a really shitty-looking kitchen. You don't know exactly what they're doing, but it's not cooking, I'll tell you that much. They just look like that they're either talking to each other or they're trying to do something sneaky. You don't really rightly know. So it kind of confuses you a little bit.
Is the area around them, like above them, dimly lit?
The area above them is more than dimly lit. So if you were to try to fly over there, you would instantly lose the invis. There's more light. The further you go in, the more light there is. The further you go out towards the entrance, further into the cave, the darker it gets. So your part of the area was mostly dimly lit. So it's just a little bit of light, but not enough to merit anything. The further you go inward is where it starts to get really, really dark to where it's pitch black. But as soon as you get back up here, it's fully lit up. Like there is no dim light in that area.
Okay, I want to do this very particularly.
Okay.
How much space is under that table that they're standing at? Is there enough space where someone can basically crawl under it?
If you crawled under this one, there is enough space for you. If you crawled under this one, there is not enough space for you to be able to successfully crawl underneath there without something noticing you.
I want to do something very particular.
Okay.
Underneath the tables, they would basically be dimly lit, right? Almost pitch black? Like shadow based?
Yeah, it would be quote-unquote dimly lit, yes.
I want to fly as close to this table as I can Maintaining invisibility? How close can I fly?
So the moment you get to this point here, right before the table, you would need to roll a stealth check. So you have full invis where you don't need to roll, but as soon as you get right here, which is 5 feet away from the table, you need to roll a stealth check because you will instantly lose invis.
What if I flew to right here?
If you flew here, you're fine. It's still dimly lit.
I want to fly there, to right here.
Yep.
And then I want to activate the other ring's ability and teleport to underneath the table.
Ah, good shit. Alright, so you do just that. So you manage to get to that spot, and then you teleport, and you're now underneath the table, and you are still invis.
Now, I want to try to get their attention.
Okay. So I need you to roll. I'm going to say... Let me make a check here. I'm going to see what I'm going to make you do. I need you to roll me a... Okay, I'm going to ask you this. Are you trying to do it quietly, or are you just trying to get their attention?
I'm trying to do it quietly.
Okay, I'm going to have you roll a stealth check.
Okay. Will that be an advantage because I'm still invisible?
Yes, because you are invis, you are going to roll it with advantage. However, Ilya and Allura are going to roll a perception check with disadvantage because you are invisible.
Right.
They will be able to potentially hear you, but depending on their role, they might not be able to see you.
Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, I'll roll with advantage. That's 18.
Disadvantage perception.
Okay, so Ilya and Allura, in order to be able to see the outline of Zurin, you need to beat an 18. Anything under that is basically to potentially either hear him or not hear him at all.
Son of a
Negative
bitch,
roll,
I'm 1 under. I just rolled a 17 and an 18.
Okay. 17.
Negative.
You gotta,
Ghost Rider.
yeah, take the 17.
Ilya, what'd you roll?
I rolled a nat 20 and then I rolled a fucking 12.
Okay, so Allura, you definitely heard Zurin. Ilya, you heard something, but you don't know what it is exactly. You heard a voice, but you don't know if it came from Allura or if it came from something else. But Allura, you definitely heard Zurin's voice just now. And you know it's coming from the direction of where you just came from, of the table.
Okay, my head's gonna snap up. And I'm gonna look around. But because I'm just under, I don't actually see. And I'll be like, I'm just gonna whisper to Ilya, did you hear that?
What? You know what?
God damn it.
I heard something coming from over by that table.
Probably just a rat.
The only rats I can see around here are dead. Not making much noise out of those.
Hey, you don't know that.
I want to try again, but with her hearing, I want to specifically say that I'm under the table, invisible.
So, Allura, you will get it as a normal roll because you know the direction of which it's coming from. Ilya, you're still at disadvantage until you notice the sound and know of the general direction. So, Zurin, you're still with advantage because you are invis. So, roll it with advantage. Whatever you roll, Allura has to match that, but doesn't get disadvantage on it.
Okay.
I'll wait for that roll.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so Allura, roll a perception check. Normal roll.
This needs to be a 17 or higher.
I just want to be abundantly clear for Ilya to detect using that roll. She'd have to nat 20 twice.
Yeah, if he wasn't invis, it would be a lot different, but he is currently invis, so this makes it a lot more difficult.
That's what I'm saying. I've got a
17 or higher,
zero.
17 or
I've got
higher.
a I've got a 0 for perception, so I would have to nat 20 with disadvantage twice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mayhem. I'm trying not to be seen.
No, I don't hear shit.
What did you
11.
roll? 11? Okay. So it's not that you didn't hear anything, it's just that you don't necessarily see him, and because you rolled an 11 at least, you didn't hear the full grasp of what was said, but you at least know it's the same voice as Zurin. So you know it's coming from that direction. You just can't see him, and you don't know what he particularly just said. You just know that it sounded like Zurin whispering. Like muffled
Yeah,
whispering.
I definitely heard something. That was Zurin. That was Zurin. You telling me you don't hear that?
I'm telling you, I don't hear shit.
Fuck, I'm just gonna like kind of Zurin, I swear to God, stop getting good rolls. I'm gonna squint at the table real hard and concentrate and try and see if I can see him.
Okay.
Tony, am
No
I
more
able to
fucking
do
stealth
something?
rolls,
Huh?
please.
Am I able to do something?
I mean, yeah, you're always able to.
I want to uninvis my hand, just my hand, and wave it, and then put it back invisible.
Okay. I wish that how it worked, because if that were the case, I would be using it in a different podcast, but unfortunately that is not how that ring works.
Damn it.
So
Uh-huh.
Damn
yeah,
it, Tony.
if I'm trying to be fair on this,
No,
so
you're fine.
if I can't do it, nobody else can.
Thanks, Mayhem.
Hey, don't you fucking look at me. I didn't create the stat for the Ring of Shadows.
I didn't either.
You pulled that son of a bitch out of a book.
I did. It's a very handy book too. So I love that book.
Yeah, it's a very
Fucking
handy freaking
Don't
ring, too.
Don't go blaming my ass for this shit. It's
Right.
not my fault.
Allura is squinting real hard, and please let me fucking see this hand.
Well, I can't do the hand thing.
16, please.
All right, so I will say, Zurin, you can try again, or if you want to do something to make it easier for Allura, you can do that as well. But anything above a 16, all she does is hear you.
Stop getting good rolls.
I'm gonna hate this.
He fucking nat 20, didn't he?
No, it ain't
No.
that.
He hasn't rolled yet.
Can I blink visible and then go back invisible?
Can you blink?
Like,
I
blink
see where he's
visible
coming
and go
from,
invisible.
yeah.
All right. If you teleport is a bonus action. Invis is an action. So if you used your turn to blink under this table, immediately use your action to become invis. Because of the way that this table is lower, you would roll stealth with advantage instead of just getting, like, not having to roll the stealth, essentially. So you go and blink here, go invis, immediately roll a stealth check with advantage, then go and do what you're wanting to do as, like, a free action, essentially.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that. So I will go. Oh, measuring again. I'll blink under here.
Okay?
Roll my stealth with advantage for invis.
Okay?
That is dirty 20.
Yep. Okay.
And I'm literally going to speak to them using my free action. I'm right here.
Okay. So, Allura, with your 16, Ilya, what is your passive perception?
Don't want to talk about it.
Okay. So, Allura, you can hear Zurin right next to you.
Right. Okay, so because this was totally unannounced, and the fact that, all I knew was that I could hear Zurin, but not where he was, and he was far away. Allura is going to start off by jumping a foot out of her skin. and the next thing should be like, Jesus fuck, Zurin.
All right.
I
I-
thought that
Okay.
was you.
Pause.
Can can I role play something?
After this,
I swear to God, you
Okay.
kick me in the face.
So-
Mayhem, don't you kick me in the face.
so the moment that Allura jumps up and screams, you see
Hey! I didn't say anything about screaming.
the
I just said
well,
that
the moment you jump up and were alerted and basically were overexerting yourself, you see someone teleport near the table.
Sorry, get the fuck out of here.
It's one of the guards.
Sorry, get the fuck out of here.
Do
not
any of you speak Undercommon?
Oh, do I? Do I?
For God's sakes.
Drats, I don't.
Damn it, Iliad.
Allura?
I'm not a fucking
No.
drow, dumbass.
I'm an elf.
Okay. Zurin, do you speak Undercommon?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, so you're gonna start off by hearing this thing sound like if tentacles had a accent.
Please don't do that ever again.
That's basically what that's basically what you hear. None of you respond. So you see him pull something out of his pocket. It looks like almost like a wand of a sort, but it's silver.
Vada Kedavra, bitch.
He points it to his head, and you hear in common, like a broken common, you hear, "What? Wrong.
What?
What?
Wrong.
What? Wrong."
Oh, I just got startled by this fucking rat. I could have sworn it was still alive and moving.
I'll just look at the nearest rat on the table and fucking pound it with the butt of the knife that I'm holding.
Okay.
Just
So
just to make it look convincing.
gonna roll insight.
Can
that was
can I roll a
cocked.
deception check?
That
Can
was
I
cocked.
roll? I say, can I roll opposing?
Sure.
deception?
Roll-
Yeah,
I
you
roll
can.
deception?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Fuck.
Actually, no. Would you like me to roll deception or persuasion?
So still allow you to fuck up.
You're definitely trying to deceive him, so you need to roll deception.
Fuck. Oh, that's fine. I'll take a 17.
Okay.
Oh, thank
So
fuck.
so he ignores Ilya,
That's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with
even
that.
even though that he thinks that she's being sketchy for some reason.
I rolled a 12, by the way.
You're still being sketchy for some reason, but he doesn't know why.
Yeah.
But he believes Allura, and he
Yeah,
takes
Squidward's
the
doing
he
it.
takes the silver wand, points it to his head, and go, "Stop making noise. Cook food, or you become food."
But Lieutenant Dan.
You got no legs.
You got no legs.
You cook food now, or
Just
Come-
to the pot and go to the pot and go, yeah, it's fucking cooking.
you'll.
Over here.
Well, he's saying this really slow, so he looks to you again and says, "No food? You food for brain mommy."
Excuse me?
Look, it's over here. Food, right here.
Yeah,
He's-
we're cooking.
He's gonna
We're
roll
cooking.
perception.
I'm
'Kay.
pointing to it.
Yeah, he's gonna roll perception. They're not smart. Yeah, he sees the pot. He looks at it, says, "Good. Keep working, or I come back and feed you to brain mommy."
No, we can't
Please.
have that now, can we?
Yeah, sure thing, Rain Man.
And then you see him teleport away.
Call him Rain Man?
Yeah, I heard that
Jesus
as well.
Christ, it's bad that I know what you meant by that. Fucking asshole.
Zurin, you heard that whole conversation, but you heard him say something about like a brain mama or brain mother, and that he was going to feed Ilya and Allura to it if they didn't hurry the fuck up and make this stew.
Their brain.
Christ, what the fuck did you guys get yourself into?
Fucking kicks her under the table.
Stop freaking me!
Yeah, no, I'm actually kicking Zurin under the table and saying, "You're in this mess as well," under my breath.
Yes, I know that. Stop kicking me or I'll shoot you.
Fucking
I
ready.
look down to Zurin and go, "You shoot us, he comes back."
Just take your guns and stuff, please.
No.
Okay.
Take your goddamn guns.
Is he handing us everything of ours?
Mm-hmm.
He can do so, but he needs to roll a sleight of hand check.
Would that be an advantage as well with me being invisible?
No, because they are trying to grab it from you, and they have the potential to be caught by these scrying orbs.
Oh, shite.
Now do you see why I said no?
I know anything about the scrying rolls.
Hey, Zurin, we're being watched, by the way. There, now
Oh,
you
that's
do.
a dirty 20.
Okay,
Oh, fuck.
cool. So you,
He
Allura,
does that.
I'm gonna say because you're the one that was the most successful in being able to spot Zurin. You are the one who is going to grab all of the equipment and put it into your bag. The moment you finish putting into your bag, the 10 minutes is up.
Oh, I've got another 10. I've got another window opportunity.
Zurin,
Okay.
run.
Zurin, you need to leave now. You have 60 seconds. You will be out of sight if you dip right over. Hang on, right over that way.
All right. I'm poofing then if Ilya doesn't want her stuff.
Yeah, you can make it to, I was going to say right there at the edge of the table. And you don't.
Okay.
And then I'm going to poof again back to my original spot before I went under the table, which is right here, which would still be out of the line of sight of the lights.
Yeah,
and
that's your full minute right there. So Allura, whatever you do, you need to do it within that time frame of him doing double teleportation.
Oh, within the minute. The thing is, I've already established there's nothing of use on that table.
But you have your stuff, so. And
I do
Ilya
have
didn't
my
want her stuff.
You do have Ilya's stuff too. It's just all stuff into your bag.
Okay. Ilya, is there anything you want of your stuff in this brief window of opportunity?
Nope. Not
Right.
taking a risk. The way I've been rolling, it's like
You don't have to roll right now. Like you're actually fine to take your stuff.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
You can make it right there, Allura, the 60 feet,
actually,
because that
hold
is a dash.
That's
Hold
not
up.
what I'm thinking about.
Hold up. Give me my wand.
Okay. First order of business, then I am handing Ilya her wand.
Okay, so that will take 30 seconds. You now have 30 seconds left.
Okay. And no, I wasn't thinking about movement.
If you have anything that you can do that is classified as instantaneous, that will be classified within the 30-second mark.
Is there no right?
GM.
Yes.
Teleportation is magic, right?
Yes.
So, can I roll a quick insight check?
Yes.
15. Judging by the fact that there's been several uses of magic in the last 5 minutes, can Ilya surmise that if she was to cast a cantrip or a spell right now, the same alarms that are top side wouldn't go off? Is she free to use magic down here?
You can assume so.
Interesting.
Okay. The lamp that is on the map over here,
Yep.
100 feet. In those 30 seconds, would I be able to try and fire off a shot to knock that lamp down onto the ground?
Depends
Cause a
on.
distraction.
Are you trying to fire off with a gun, or are you trying to fire off with a bow or with a
With my
spell?
bow.
With your bow?
My bow.
Cool beans. Okay, so you have just enough time to be able to do that because
Okay.
attacking is classified as instantaneous. So you can make one shot
Mm-hmm.
and see if you manage to hit it.
Oh,
Okay,
fucking come on,
um,
Legolas.
I do want to point out that this custom bow, because D&D Beyond is not recognizing it as a weapon, I don't know what I need to add to my DC.
It is your dex modifier because you are a rogue and using a bow is dex based. So you would roll 1d20 plus your d20 plus 2, and then your damage is the damage from the bow plus the modifier from dex. And
Right.
plus any proficiency bonuses.
Okay. Obviously, with the 8320 range on this, obviously I'm trying to fire 100 feet. Is there anything you're going to alter on that?
No, because it's only 20 additional feet
I was
from the
hoping- yeah, I
80.
was thinking because it's only 20, actually.
So I will say that just roll your attack as normal.
With my
How
dex bonus.
with your dex bonus, but I will reduce the bonus from your damage to be the damage of the bow plus your proficiency modifier if you are proficient with bows.
Okay. The only arrows I have are the Quiver of Infinite ones. So even then, it's a D4, not a D6. So.
Correct.
Um.
But all you're doing is shooting a light bulb, essentially. So
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot this lantern onto the floor just to cause a distraction.
so go ahead and make your roll if you're going to do that.
14.
Yeah, I'll say that hits.
Okay. And so the damage for this would be, let me double check. Quiver of Infinite is D4,
If you're proficient with a bow,
which I don't think I am.
You
Did-
are.
Didn't she gain immediate proficiency with bows once she picked it up?
she gained proficiency with that specific bow, yes.
With that specific bow, didn't I? Yes, that's right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So it will be a 1d4 plus 2.
Yep.
5?
Yep. All right. So you shoot an arrow, and the arrow converts into a beam of light and hits the lantern hanging up. The lantern drops and shatters. And the light goes out in that area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. That. So that black circle represents that light is currently snuffed out.
Perfect.
But that is your 30 seconds. Now, here is where
That's
here's the bad part.
Oh, shit.
You didn't have enough time to sheathe your weapon.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This is your last chance for potato.
Alright.
Allura, I need you to roll me a stealth check.
And
Stealth check. Ooh.
and next thing
Okay.
you know, my plate is on the floor and he took off.
19.
You are 1 under.
Oh, come on!
No, you eat. I'm gonna eat the potatoes. It's
You are
okay.
literally
And, you
1
remembering to
under.
add your modifiers too.
I did. Yeah, that was a 17 on the die.
Yeah, you are 1 under. So,
Fuck.
Your stealth is only a +2?
It's only a. Yeah, my main things are in performance and persuasion. +7.
Okay.
Okay, so you're not proficient in stealth.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so basically basically what's about to happen is that all 4 orbs face in your direction and then they stop. You see them go from white to red.
Of course.
you instantly see poof,
He's back.
poof.
And they're back. Yep.
You hear the guy here go, "What's in your hand?"
I can give you a
A
closer look if you want.
fireball.
I can give you a closer look if you want, and I'm just gonna ready an arrow right at his forehead.
All right, go ahead, roll an attack of opportunity.
I want to also say at that
I
time.
didn't necessarily say I was shooting it. I was leveling an arrow.
Okay, if you're leveling an arrow, then
Readying it, yeah.
basically all of you roll it initiative then.
You didn't do anything.
Take the opportunity attack if you want.
Guilty by association.
I still had
I'm gonna remember that.
I still had Bashaba.
Oh, you're
I'm
still
gonna-
there. You're still close enough. But these guys are not one to take, like, they don't really care. If you're there and you're near the area, they're going to be like, you're guilty by association. That's essentially.
Oh, well, I'm invisible.
This is what I get for being cocky. That was a 2.
Okay.
17.
So they
Oh,
don't know I'm
no,
there.
sorry. That was a 4. See, I keep telling you. I told you.
Hey, Amy.
Okay.
I told you. I make the roll, and then I forget to add the proficiency. not
Elia.
proficiency, the modifier, and then I
17.
add it.
Huh?
17.
Thank you. Zurin?
Damn it. Damn it, 8.
Okay.
We can take it.
You guys are gonna have to forgive me.
I don't care how small the room is. I cast fireball.
I do have one problem. I have only 8 hit points right now. I probably should have been a bit smarter about
Oh.
Oh, damn it.
Okay.
Hey, Amy, go ahead and roll me 46, drop the lowest.
Yeah.
Then go ahead
And do that
that
6
another-
times.
Yeah, go ahead and do that 6 times.
Fuck.
I'm rolling another character sheet, aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Roman, I need you to pick a race and
This
class.
is not how Allura dies. This is not the end of her story.
This is how Allura dies. Through fucking
thunderous
stupid
applause.
decisions.
With thunderous
Stupid
applause.
decisions.
Yay.
I don't think anybody's clapping right now.
I am.
Okay,
Shut the
maybe
fuck up,
don't.
you goofy fucking bitch.
Maybe don't do that.
Okay, well, I am going to be a little bit goofy and dominate person as my first action. And I'm dominating Allura.
I don't like fuck you are. Go on.
Yeah, he is.
No, yeah, I know, but yeah.
Oh, Squidward's got some balls.
So Squidward is going to cast Dominate Person.
Oh god.
Concert.
Saving throw.
It is a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
Okay,
I'll make that
okay,
now.
Tony. Before she makes it, is it
Yes,
possible?
yes, it is possible.
19.
I've dumbed down this fight in the
19, 18 on the die plus 1.
Okay, so you do pass.
Oh,
You do pass.
big bitch energy. Let's go.
So
Literally big dick
Big
So-
boss bitch energy. Let's
I-
go.
cannot use that one again. Okay, cool. Fantastic. So that
Allura
is
is extremely resilient right now.
that is the end of its turn. Now we're gonna go over to Big Burly Dude. And here's where I get to pull out one of my 4 books that I have for this evening.
Oh no, Tony, you do not want to touch that book. Trust me, it's
No.
not in your best interest.
But they're
No,
so
no, no.
pretty, though.
No books, Tony. No books.
They're so
Books are
pretty.
actually no, I'm not going to say that. 'cause
Yeah,
books
don't
is-
say that because I will rat you out for that shit. You know it.
I'll
Do
say
it.
it. Books are for nerds.
Do it.
Nerd. Nerd.
Hey! I'm in an initiative on 8 health points. I can afford to be cocky at this point.
Nerd.
I'm gonna die anyway, so might as well just get it out now.
And Tony knows it's all said with love.
No,
Wait,
it's not.
there was a question I forgot to ask at the beginning of the session.
I mean, you can ask it now, but you're still probably going to die. But anyway,
Is Canaveras here?
is Canalvarus here? No.
Why?
I
Why?
forgot about Canaveras.
He is somewhere else.
What?
What?
He is somewhere else.
He's my servant.
He is your servant. I didn't say you couldn't summon him to your side. I just or attempt to summon him to your side. I just said that he is somewhere else. So if you want to use your bonus action on your turn to do that, you may attempt to do so. There it is.
Meanwhile, in Valorandir,
Meanwhile, at Dragon Ball Z.
Okay,
Meanwhile,
halls
back at the
of
Dreamers
justice.
Hotel.
Overkill. That would raise more questions about why the fuck he's in Valorandir.
Okay, so
who's calling me?
Rooms are vacant.
Who's at the Grand Archive?
oh shit.
Who's looking after the Grand Archive?
It's late at night. Who the fuck is calling me now?
There's so many. There's a question I want to ask Mayhem, but I don't know if they've heard the name yet or not.
I suddenly have the
DM
urge
it
to
to me.
plane shift.
Amy, DM it to me.
Have they heard that name yet?
Yes, yes, they've heard the title.
Okay,
Okay.
so
The moment's
Allura,
gone now, though. I can't really say it.
they are going to cast slow on you.
Of course.
I had to read over this stat sheet that I have in this book. Okay, so they are going to cast slow on you. So slow, I believe, is which I don't need the dominate person anymore because it's a once a day thing. So I can get rid of that. And
Yeah, barely.
it's also a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, Amy. Let's go.
Okay.
Do it.
2020.
All right, so you did pass. All right.
19 on the die. Let's fucking go.
Okay, so I need to put that there, and that is the end of their turn. Ilya, it is now your turn.
Okay, hold on.
Anything you can do to potentially heal me a little bit?
I have no healing spells, Amy.
I love the fact that the
Even-
healer of the
you don't even have
party
any
doesn't
items.
heal herself.
I know, right?
You don't even have any items?
Can't you
No.
just like kick me for 1d4 health?
legit don't have any fucking healing at all. Okay.
You do have healing. You have cure wounds.
No.
I have a potion of healing.
Tony, I don't have cure wounds. What are you
Not
talking about?
you.
I won the potion of healing for one of the fucking things in
You
the
have
classes.
you have one potion left, and you also have cure wounds, and you have a ring that has cure wounds.
What?
But I'm
Tony,
not
can you-
attuned. No, I can't use the ring because I'm not attuned to it.
You were correct on that.
I'm very much aware of the ring, but I can't use it yet.
Oh,
I've not
What
had a
about your
chance.
spells?
oh.
I do have that.
I'm waiting for Ilya.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Leah's move.
Oh. So.
For fireball.
For fireball.
Okay.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Both these fucking sons of bitches need to make a dex save.
Cool.
Neither me nor Laura need to do it either.
The dwarf passes, so he'll take half.
What did he roll?
He rolled a 19 total.
Okay.
The other one did not pass at all.
So the Squiddy boy didn't
Squiddy boy did not pass.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. D&D Beyond is so fucking weird with this shit. Why won't it? What? Why won't it let me?
While you figure that out, I'm gonna go grab me another drink. I will be right back.
No, you fucking son of a bitch.
How's things going for you, I'll tell you.
Okay, so what do you... So,
fine.
did you figure it out?
Kinda. That is gonna be 75 points of fire damage.
Okay, so the Squiddy boy is dead.
Yes!
The other guy is not.
So, Allura, what you see Ilya do is this whole, like, as soon as they teleport over here, she's got her eyes completely fixated on Squidward and kind of gets a sense that he's trying to mess with you a little bit. And as soon as she gets that first opportunity, she swiftly, like, catches the one in her hand and just doesn't even fucking think about it. Just full force expends 6 charges and puts Fireball to fucking 9th level straight into the fucking face of both of them. There's massive
Wait, you
eruption
actually cast 9th level Fireball?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
I'm starting a fucking riot here.
Yeah, so essentially he's still the dwarf and male is still alive by a good measurable amount.
They're a fight now.
Now that
I'm holding a reaction, by the way.
cool. Zurin.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
I'm still invisible. I'm lined up my shot with Bashaba on Beard Guy.
Cool.
Do I get advantage on that attack?
Yes, because you're invis.
For those of you who have seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood,
17 for a total of 23.
That hits. Yes.
Does that also have sneak damage because he's invisible?
No.
Okay.
Is he a rogue?
No.
For those,
Oh, it's sneak
Then
damage
no.
rogue.
13 damage.
Okay. He's still up.
And I'm going to... What am I going to do? Oh, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, shit.
what are you gonna do, huh?
I have 2 options here because as it stood at the start of the initiative, I was here
I'm going to use
lining
my...
up an arrow.
Too far out for that. Shit.
You're not gonna.
Whatever you do, you have got to fuck this guy up next round.
I was gonna say if he's not dead by the time that he gets back to his turn, Ilya in particular is going to fucking hate me of what he's going to do.
Oh god.
Just remember, I'm holding reaction.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can hold reaction. That's perfectly fine.
I want to move or fly to about right here since I'm technically not invisible anymore. I'm still in the air. What's my range now? I'm putting Blood Curse of the Eyeless on him.
Okay, cool. That is your turn, correct?
Yep. Yes, that is my turn.
Allura.
Actually, hang on. Let me go into my notes because these are the new things that were added. I'm going to activate light ability.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll be my turn.
Cool. Allura.
Okay. Suddenly recognizing that she is not feeling too healthy. I don't think I have a safe option here other than to do this. I'm going to have to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. Go ahead and cast Cure Wounds and roll to see how much you heal yourself for.
3. 7.
All right, so you gain 7. That's your action.
Heal for 7. Okay.
Any bonus action shit you've got.
Now would be the best time to do it.
Does Magic Stone include the throw?
No.
Anyone gotta fuck around and find out,
Could
Rock?
use Healing Light. That's a bonus action.
Throw that at him.
Yeah, you could heal yourself for more.
Hey, bitch, find out.
Hey, Elia, on a scale of 1 to however many hit points you have, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling just fine.
Yeah?
Probably won't be at the end of at the end of his turn, but
There's not much I can do now. I can't hold a reaction after making an action, can I?
Can you hold a reaction after doing an action?
Yeah, I don't think I can
Yeah,
I?
yes,
Yeah.
but you can, but it has to be specific. So you have to like either tell me exactly what you're doing it for, or have a spell ready that says that you can hold it as a reaction.
Okay, okay, so you're gonna have to forgive me if I'm not allowed to do this. I want to try and hold a reaction for Eldritch Blast.
Then no, because you used your action
No?
for Cure Wounds.
Right. Okay.
If you have a bonus action spell that you're holding reaction for, you could do that.
Only fucking bonus action spell I have is Magic Stone.
Okay.
Fucking useless at this point.
You could also use a reaction for movement.
I could, yeah, I'll hold a reaction for a cunning action.
Okay, cool. We'll do that. Now we're going over to his turn, and this is where that Ilya is going to fucking hate me because he didn't like the fact that he just had Fireball cast on him. So he is going to bonus action Misty Step here.
Made him saw that. God damn it.
Ilya, you have the wand in your hand, correct? Mayhem.
you know for a fact I would be metagaming if I said anything other than yes.
Cool. So he is going to use his one a day called Unshape. He has to be within grappling range in order to do this, but he can take any object, magical or not, and reshape it to his benefit. So, in other words, if he...
Reaction.
Okay, go ahead.
Disengage.
Okay.
Disengage allows me to get away from him without invoking an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So I am using 5, 10, 15. I'm imagining that. Wait, can I get there? Oh yeah, of course I can. Yeah, I can get there.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So the second I see him appear, I am just ducking, and I'm ducking, turning 180, and like sliding past Allura.
All right, so essentially, I'm going to have to take an attack of opportunity from Laura to get to you. So I'm going to have to do that. So Allura, you get to make an attack of opportunity as I make it to Ilya. So go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
Okay, am I adding anything for that? Sorry. Just...
Yeah, it's basically you're shooting him with your bow.
Oh, okay, so that would be whatever the short bow has, is its DC plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which would be
Be 1d20 plus your dex plus proficiency.
plus dex plus so plus 4.
Yes.
Right, 1d20 plus 4. Dirty 20.
Okay, so you do hit. Now the damage is also the same. It's 1d4 because you're using the arrows from the special quiver,
Yep.
plus dex plus proficiency.
So again, 1d4 plus 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
5.
5? Okay. So he's on death's door.
Oh.
So he is close to being dead. He takes his movement, and in order to do his one a day, Ilya, he has to grapple you. If he succeeds in grappling you, then essentially he gets to use his ability on any object that you are holding, whether it be armor or a weapon. But it's basically that he can either disintegrate the armor or weapon entirely, or he can reshape it to where that it does something else.
Okay. So what do I have to roll to not be grappled?
So grappling. About to look it up just because it didn't mention that in this book, which I find odd, but that's fine.
Did I use that?
To attempt grappling somebody, make a athletics check. The guy you attempt to grapple gets to try and avoid your sick wrestling prowess. They get to make their own athletics check to outmuscle you, or they can try and get out of your way with a acrobatics check. If their check is higher, they are not grappled and nothing happens. If the other player is higher, then the grapple is successful and you have successfully grappled your foe. So I have to make a athletics check, and you can either do athletics or acrobatics.
I'm going to do acrobatics.
Okay. So let me find the stat for him for his.
Oh boy.
Oh, mayhem! I like
Okay.
that smile.
Okay, I've got mine.
Dirty 20.
We have to roll again.
Ooh, damn.
No modifier, just regular roll.
Just
Okay.
18.
We got to roll again.
Seriously, you met each other twice on that?
Oh, fuck.
Okay, you're probably going to win this one.
At this point, Allura's just gonna watch the wrestling match that's going on between Bearded Guy and Ilya.
All right, so what did you roll?
Wait a minute.
Alien needs a second here.
Wait a minute. Is this a type of attack, Tony?
No, I'm grappling. I'm foregoing my action to attack to instead grapple to do my once a day.
Okay.
14.
So, okay. So somehow I did beat you by 1. Somehow I did beat you. I thought that you would actually outbeat me, but that's okay. So the way this works is to determine whether it's disintegrated or it's changed its property. You have to roll for it. So it's basically like rolling a luck check. So you're gonna roll a d20. Anything under 12, according to this book, anything under 12, it gets disintegrated. Anything above 12.
That's funny because I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12? Okay, meets it, beats it. So the property gets changed. So I've prepared for this. This is why I have 4 books.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
It's evil.
Okay, so I have to roll to see what kind of new wand you get. Because it basically what happens is your wand will be replaced with a new wand that does something completely different.
Come on, wand of the old gods. Come on, wand of the old gods.
It will
Wand
still
of
have
polymorph?
magical property, it just won't do what it normally does.
Wand of polymorph?
Wand of polymorph? What?
As long as you
Wand-
don't get Wabajack, that's fine.
Wand
Ah,
of fuck around and
Wabbajack.
find out.
Wand of the fuck around and find out. Oh, there it is.
Power
Wand of
word wand.
Power word kill.
Wow, you two were way too
Fucking
close to the same wavelength
word.
there.
Power word wand. You can cast power word kill or stun.
Alright, so I have to roll a d20 to determine which one of these wands you get.
Love how
Power
we had to
word
call you out
polymorph.
on the last.
And
The
there
rules
are 20 choices. So it's just a regular 1d20 roll, and whichever one it rolls on, this is what you get.
Oh God.
That's an interesting one. I gotta go figure out what it actually does.
God.
Oh God.
That's probably like half.
Eh. Not as exciting as I thought it would, but I mean, it's something. Your wand of fireball changes into a wand of secrets. The wand has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges, and if a secret door or a hidden trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand will pulse and point in the direction of the secret door or trap that is nearest to you. You regain the wand regains 1d3 expended charges daily at the crack of dawn. Okay.
Who's Dawn?
Who's Dawn?
I wake up at the crack of dawn every day. Yeah, don't ask me who Dawn is.
All right, so your wand in your hand like melts and then reshapes, and the wand now looks like a wand with a bunch of question marks on it.
One of us speaks in riddles, the other speaks in rhyme.
I'm gonna shove it so far up his nose it fucking kills him.
That is his turn, though. It is your turn, so you could do that.
Oh, goody! I get to do something.
And he is on death's door, so.
Make him pay.
Oh, the thing I want to do would probably kill me as well. I can't do it anymore. Fuck. Okay, Tony, give me 1 second. I need to. This is for my own ADD brain. I need to remove the wand of fireballs from my inventory.
That's fine. That's fine.
My fucking ADD brain is looking at it, going, "You can cast fireballs."
You cannot cast fireball anymore.
I can.
You can.
Shut the fuck up, I'll tell you. On a turn, unequip, delete. Okay, gone. Okay. Spells. Okay, what can I do to this asshole to fucking fuck him up?
Funny enough, wand of fireball was one of those choices too, because I'm looking through the list again.
All right.
Yeah, I was over here thinking that'd be really funny if it landed on fireball.
This fucker needs to roll a con. This fucker needs to roll a con save.
Okay.
He's probably gonna succeed.
I don't know actually. Oh,
If it's higher than a 13, then yeah.
You said con save?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it meets it like right at 13.
All right, meets it. He's gonna take half of this.
Okie dokie.
Rolls a 2.
What did you roll?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great disdain that I announce my retirement from
You rolled a 1 or a 2.
I rolled 3d8. I got
Oh,
3.
and rolled 3.
So I take
1 3 times in a row.
So I
No,
take
it was-
what?
It was a damage roll of 3d8, and it got 3.
So I take 1 point of damage, correct?
It's half, yeah.
Sure.
Cool. I am now licking death's door.
Okay,
God.
well, that was an action. Do I have any bonus action shit? I probably don't. I
Movement.
don't have. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Fuck it. Holding a reaction.
Cool. Cool.
Take this guy away from me.
Fucking move on before I actually retire from DB.
Certain.
Taking a shot with Bashaba.
Cool.
But
If you-
before I do, I'm going to activate. I haven't done this because this kind of scares the crap out of me. I'm activating my Crimson Right.
Okay. For the audience at home, please tell us, everybody, what it does.
As a bonus action, you can activate any right you know on a weapon you're holding. A weapon can only hold one active right at a time. When activated, I take 1d4 necrotic damage, which can't be reduced in any way. While your right is in effect, attacks made with this weapon are magical, and you deal an additional 1d4 damage of the type determined by the chosen right.
Cool.
The right's effect lasts until you finish a short, long rest, and another creature cannot gain the benefit of your right.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do that then.
I'll go ahead and do my Crimson Right is Right of the Storm, so the extra damage dealt by my right is lightning damage.
Okay.
I need to Google something real quick.
Oh shit! I take 3 necrotic.
Zurin just fucking reminded me about something.
Sure.
Okay, Bashaba.
Ah.
21.
That
hit.
hits, and he is dead. He's like literally at 1 HP, so he's dead.
Do I narrate how he dies?
You may do so, yes, please.
Zern is going to immediately fly up to him. We're not going to do that. He's going to point the end of Bashaba's rifle underneath his chin and basically say, "Dodge this, asshole," and pull the trigger.
You watch as his head explodes from the lightning damage, and there's like blood that splatters all over the place. Matter of fact, it reaches just at the very edge of where you're standing, Allura. But there is blood everywhere.
Ugh.
With him being dead, the scry spheres now go black, and they don't do anything. They're just motionless.
So he was watching those. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. He was the one that
Now
controlled them.
hold on. Now they're motionless and black.
Oh my god.
God
Really?
fucking damn it.
Altair.
You're going to make
Nice,
that
dude.
group's reference?
That's a terrible joke, and you know it.
All right, so before we move over to Altair, do you want to inspect anything?
I want to inspect his body
Or
yet.
do anything.
So, investigation.
I'll tell you, you're fine.
Ilya is going to drag
shit.
Squidward's body
6.
down into this little alcove here,
Okay.
as well as like investigating the body, searching the body, seeing what is on him and all that shit.
Yeah, so roll me investigation. Zurin, you pat him down, you don't really find anything. Allura, if you want to come and investigate either of the bodies, you can do so.
I'll check this guy first. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong thing. Check this guy first. Investigation, yeah?
Yes, please.
Roll high, please.
That's it. Nope, I don't find anything. That's an 8.
Okay.
I sincerely hate myself.
What'd you roll?
I chose now to roll a nat 20.
So, did you roll nat 20 on the squid guy?
On
or
the squid guy.
Squid guy? Okay. On squid guy, you find the following.
Oh,
You find... Let me know when you're ready.
Hit me.
Cool. You find a black stone that is looks like it's onyx.
Oh shit.
Sending stone, calling it.
I forgot to mention about the damn stones to him.
You find a half-eaten rat.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
You find what looks to be like an amulet with writing on it that is unrecognizable to you.
Well, hold on. Is it in Abyssal, Celestial, Common, or Infernal?
Nope.
Okay,
I bet it's an
fair enough.
And you also find one other object that looks weird to you. But you can roll like a insight check of what you might think it could be, but it looks to be like a pen, but it has no ink in it.
19 on insight.
Okay. This is the pen that they use to put the runes on the slaves' wrists and ankles to remove their magic. So the reason that there is no ink is because it, instead of putting ink on the skin, it drains them out of their magic and uses their own magic essence to inscribe the rune onto their ankles or their wrists.
I'm pocketing the stone, the amulet, and the pen.
Cool.
Do I notice Ilya
That's
holding
when
that
Megan
stone?
was making those notes.
No, I'm down here.
Oh yeah, you are. Damn it.
I will also say that you didn't roll high enough to know how the pen works. You just know that that's...
19?
Yeah, the pen, it's very complicated.
The max I can roll is a 22.
Yeah, you needed a 21.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a very
Okay.
complex pen.
Would I be able to roll an Arcana check to see if I can figure it out?
Now that you can roll, and it will be reduced.
17 Arcana.
Okay, so the way that the pen works, in order to drain the magic from another person, is essentially you have to give up a part of yourself. Hence why that the squiddy boys are the ones that are carrying them, because they don't really have anything to give. They're just like soulless beings that walk around and eat other people and worship a brain mommy. So
Has a very Super Troopers vibe to it.
Right.
but yeah, essentially in order to use the pen, you have to give something up. It's like a double standard kind of thing.
Okay. Alright, so once I have dragged Squidward down here, searched his body, pocketed those things, I am sprinting back to Allura and Zurin and just looking them dead in the eyes and saying, we need to get Altair and we need to get the fuck out of here now.
Duly noted. You want to help move this guy into that same little alcove? You just move the other one too.
I grab an ankle and I just start dragging.
As we're dragging, can I check this guy again?
You can check him one last time, and then we're switching to Altair for a little bit. Altair is not going to be as like intense as y'all's were because y'all were so close to one another.
Okay.
Just for flavor,
15.
just for flavor, Ilya's going to be the last one to leave the alcove after dragging the dwarven guy, and before she does, she's just going to kick him square in the jaw, full force, and just go, "You fucking sicken me."
Zurin, with a 15, you start rummaging through the pockets. You find a stack of papers.
No.
Do you read the papers?
Yes.
It's a map.
Oh.
You
Oh, yeah.
unfold it. There are two layers to this place. You start reading the map and you notice something peculiar. You're on the top layer. There's a layer down below you that seems awfully suspicious. The reason why it's suspicious is because of the way that it's laid out. It's laid out as if it was like the inside of a castle. There's a throne room. There is a dining room. Anything that you would find inside of a castle, you would find in the lower portions of this prison.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Not particularly, not with a 15, no. It's just, it strikes you as odd that you're in the top layer and all of the makeshift work is being done up here. And then the layer right below it is the layer that looks almost like it's spick and span, like somebody of royalty would live here.
Pretty odd for a prison, but okay. All right. I guess with that being finished, then Zern's basically going to try to catch up with Ilya.
Okay.
And at the same time, before you do anything, at the same time that he catches up to her, he starts to explain exactly what they're mining down here.
Okay. So, Ilya and I'll say Allura also, you'll hear this too, but basically, he explains to you that they are mining a substance that you all know to be extinct called ethereal.
So, yeah, there are these magical black stones that absorb magic.
Have you got any with you?
Zern's going to take one out of his pocket and hand it over to Allura.
Okay.
I want to hold it in my hand and see what happens.
Starts to slowly turn blue.
Blue. Okay.
Da-ba-dee-da-ba-da.
Okay. So with that, we're going to go to Altair. Altair, you've had a rough time at this. Quite literally, you've been over in this area, and the first thing that happens the moment you appear is that one of the slaves just walks over to you, hands you a pickaxe, and just walks away. You turn around and you see that there are several guards in your area. You go over to the nearest rock, and you just start chipping away at it, but you're doing so poorly at it that literally you're just doing it just to show, like kind of like as like a performance to make it to where that you're essentially looking like you're doing something, but not get into trouble for not doing anything. You spend several hours here because all of the events that transpired over towards Ilya and Zurin and Allura has also happened within several hours of you guys being down here. Within that time, you walk around and you make yourself kind of known to some of the slave people. And I'm going to move you to the exact one you make your way to because it's not far. You make your way around the center pillar and there's a slave that is sitting down eating what looks to be like a bowl of just slop. He looks up to you and he just nods to you. So what do you do?
I just nod back and then continue to make it look like I'm doing something, but not doing something.
Would you like some cheese?
So as he's eating, he looks over to you and says, "Yeah, you just got here, didn't you?"
Yep.
Tell me, did you happen, when you got here, happen to see a elevator?
I was about to say, did I?
You can roll a history check.
Nope.
All right, so tell me what you rolled.
A total of a 4. Base
Total
roll 2.
Cool. So yeah, you didn't see shit. So you tell him that, and he's like, I guess it's my imagination then. My head's all fuzzy."
I mean, I also could have seen it, but because I wasn't paying that much attention.
Well, just between you and me, we're trying to find a way out of here. And I could have swore that there was an elevator here. And now, if it actually was there, I'm curious as to what it leads to. You say anything?
I just stop and go, well, where might it be located?
He starts to think about it for a second. He said, it might be up there where those train tracks are at. I don't know. I'm starting to lose my memory too. It's this place. I don't rightly know. And as soon as he says that, you see one of the guards come around.
I just immediately start back.
Yeah, you start back. Do you speak Undercommon?
Nope.
Okay, so all you hear is
Alright, Donnie.
and then the guy responds back, but he says it in common. He says, "I wasn't doing anything." And then the thing responds back in the slurs and the squid noises and stuff. And you see as the guy starts to float, and he's like dragged towards the guard. And all you hear from the guy is, "No, no, 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 no." And then
No, 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 no.
you see as
down here.
you see as the squid just wraps its tentacles around his head, and you can assume it's like eating out of his brain. And it lasts for maybe like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, before he throws him back up against the wall, and then he just walks away. The slave kind of shifts a little bit, and then looks to you and says, "Ah, you must be new here."
Second verse, same as the first.
You have to forgive me. My memory's fuzzy.
It just got 8.
You just got eated.
Wait, what?
Tell you what happened was you just got super troopered.
I just relate to him like we were talking. Guard came around. I went back to working. He accused you of not doing something or doing something. At least from what it sounded like from what you said. And then it said, brains, and proceeded to eat apparently your most recent memories.
Huh. Well, that explains a lot. You remember what we were talking about?
Elevator escape.
I don't remember that. Oh well. I guess I better get back to work. Otherwise, they'll punish me somehow. I guess eating my brains. That sounds ridiculous. So he goes and stands back up and grabs a pickaxe and starts hitting the rock again. Do you do anything?
Nope.
Cool.
Because at this point, time to blend in as much as possible without standing out.
Cool. So, with you saying that, you spend several more hours mining away. And eventually you make your way over to... Yeah. The moment you get to this point, you hear this really weird alarm go off. Ilya and Allura and Zurin, this would have been the alarm that went off at the same time that your scrying orbs went red.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a weird sound coming from down the way.
So, by extension, would Altair have also seen this light go out? Because he's got that.
So he would have been right about up here. So he wouldn't have seen it. He could have possibly like heard the reverberation or echo that would have happened when it shattered.
Well, I'm just thinking because obviously those scrying orbs went red right as I shot this down.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So then he would have been more or less about up here then.
Yeah.
But you make it to there, and you hear the alarm kind of go off. It's very faint. But you're over here mining some of these rocks just to kind of pass the time by and just hopefully you find your friends. What do you do?
Well, I would continue to make my way over towards here.
Downtown.
Walk in slow.
Walking fast. Because I'm a seagull. Go fuck yourself.
Mining rocks as I move forward.
All right, so I will say this. You make your way over through this area. Now, the reason for this as to why it takes so long to get to that spot, I'm going to explain now. But by the time you get to this cart, the alarms would have gone off. The reason for that is because this whole area here, all around here, is extremely crowded. So you're having to kind of makeshift around people and push people out of the way and kind of shove your way through these tight corridors that normally you should be able to walk through, but there's just so many people in this area that it makes it way more difficult. Basically, it's difficult terrain. But you get to this cart and the alarms go off. What do you do? And this card is not there anymore, actually.
Well, I'm assuming I'm going to notice that this light source here is out.
Yes.
Look around and just kind of come over this way. And depending on timing, I would see some scuffling going around on up here.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
$19.
So you see off in this area that you see your friends, and it looks like that they just brutally murdered somebody. Like they're at the midst of dragging the body and getting ready to hide the body.
We're playing for Sarah cleanup detail.
Well, I'm going to feline agility dash.
Okay.
Up here.
Yep.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to stay back to biohazard area.
Is as well. The area is fucking.
Altair, roll me a perception check as you get to that spot.
10.
You hear the sounds of what to you would sound like gears turning somewhere behind you.
Guys, you hear that gear sound and noise?
Zurin, Allura, and Ilya, please roll me a perception check to see if you can notice your friend Altair finally making his appearance.
Nope. Zaren's too
Nope.
focused on the
Zaren
fact that he blew this
Yep.
guy's head off.
Yep.
10.
Yep.
Nope.
They're paying you no mind, Altair.
I wonder how Altair's doing.
Swinging a pickaxe all damn day.
Hi ho, hi ho.
I come over and just smack them and be like, motherfuckers, are you oblivious?
Holy shit! When the hell did you get here?
About an hour ago.
Ilya just holds back of her head and goes, a simple hello would have sufficed.
Dang, you try that again.
That was
I'm
when I
gonna
was at the top of the stairs.
you try that again. I'm gonna hang you up by your feet claws.
Yeah, well, when you get to the top of the stairs and say, hey, y'all just killed somebody, and no one responds.
I'm admiring my kill.
He had it coming.
They all do. That's beside the point. There's gears turning somewhere.
After everything that happened back in the town, he deserved what he got.
Ilya just taps the side of her head and goes, yeah, the gears are turning up here.
Is your hamster dead up there, Altair?
Yeah, like gears turning deeper into the cave isn't possibly going to spell some type of doom for us. Let's get the fuck out.
Yeah, with a little bit of luck, it'll be a Tarrasque and we'll all die a horrible, agonizing death.
I've already been to hell once.
What is it? God damn it.
And probably along with them. His move.
I swear to God, man, you it's like you know exactly what things I've been listening to.
Zurin, you're the only one that knows because of the map.
So I know about the elevator.
You know where the elevator is.
Altair, why don't you point out where exactly you heard that sound?
I just point off in that direction.
Yeah, he's pointing in the direction of where the elevator's at.
All right. Elevator. Let's go.
So the elevator is here.
Yep. We going. Where, sorry?
Fast as fuck, boy.
North.
Go north. Go up. Upsies.
You proceed in a direction you believe to be north. How can you be sure you're in a dark room?
I have
So
dark vision. I can see fine.
you get to the
Can I have a Far
elevator.
Traveler background.
You get to the elevator. What's odd about it, though, is that you would typically think there would be guards here. There are no guards. You walk into the elevator, and it only shows one direction. Down.
Have y'all ever been to hell?
Zurin,
Mm-hmm.
you have the map. You know that the way the map is laid out, it's very peculiar because the only direction to go, according to this map, is down. You relook at the map.
It's
Yes.
upside down.
It's not up. It's not upside down.
Oh shit!
Ah, fuck.
There is a secondary elevator that leads to the top, but in order to get to that elevator, you have to go down.
All right, guys, into the bowels of hell we go. I'm gonna press the down button.
Okay, so you all go down. Now,
Going down.
Now, I'm going to ask you a very important question, and I need your honest answers from all of you. Do you want to speed run this, or do you want to explore?
I'll go with the party consensus on this.
You have 30 minutes left of this session. If you speed run it, this will be the last episode for you guys. If you want to explore, you're going to have a lot to explore, but you have to do it all within one episode.
You know what? I know.
Fast as
I
fuck,
know-
boy.
I know Tony fairly well. And I know that if he's giving us an option, he also put a lot of work into it. So I want to see what Tony's done. I want to see what the DM's like prepared for us here. My vote is explore next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'd agree with that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I trust your judgment.
And I can hear Tony over there going, "Damn it, they didn't fall for it. I have nothing prepared."
So I can throw these books out the
Okay,
window.
now I've got to pull something really amazing out of my ass.
And if the DM doesn't have anything prepped, he's got 7 days to do it.
I will show you the map now.
Holy shit!
Yeah, we're exploring that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might as
so this is where it leads to.
Yeah,
Zurin.
we're exploring that.
That's fine. That's fine. But you have to get everything done in the next episode. Period.
We could do that.
So
No, we can't.
now
So
you-
mine- My map details just about everything on this floor, right?
your map does detail everything on this floor. This is the level that you saw that was very peculiar. It's a castle level. Like there's literally a castle underneath the ground. What's very peculiar though is that it seems to be that whatever lives down here didn't want anybody to know that they're living down here.
Creepy.
So, you guys make it to the bottom of the elevator, and you find yourself in a kind of a mini hallway. You land down there, and the first thing you see is paintings. And they're all lined up on the wall. If you would like to roll a perception or history check, You may do so.
History.
Wait a minute. I have
I'll do
advantage.
perception just in case.
Fae, fiends, or
Oh,
undead.
nope, I don't see shit.
I'll do investigation. It's fine. Okay. Dirty 20.
Cool. So dirty 20. Or was it investigation? No,
Yeah.
perception or history.
Oh, well, you said investigation.
No, perception or
I
history.
didn't.
Okay, then I'll do a history check then.
Cool. That's fine. Elia, what did you get?
Well, fuck.
Not,
5.
not,
Fucking
not,
hell.
not gonna talk about it.
Cool. So everybody rolled low.
13. Yeah.
Well, okay. The 13 is enough to get somewhat of a gist.
What is this? Is this the story of Xeris and his brother Fury? Is that what the paintings are?
Oh, don't. 'Cause it was me last week. Don't fucking do this to him again.
So throw that out the fucking window!
Oopsie.
Okay. So,
All right,
that means
so
next
Oh,
week it's either
sorry.
Amy or Mon's turn. No.
Yeah,
We both have to do them in the same episode.
okay,
figure
so you're technically right and technically wrong. So it is the story, and it's the way that the paintings are lined up is that the paintings go from the bottom of the elevator through the hallway and then end here at the end of the hallway, so you can kind of view the entire story from start to finish. So it shows every single bit of detail from start to finish. It shows where Xeris, Anon, and Lara woke up in graves. That's how they met. They found a weird note, stabbed in the chest. They go on this little adventure. They get promoted to Crown's Guard and work directly for the king. It shows all of that. There's just a bit of a change. Very
Didn't know
slight,
that.
very slight details that are different. For example,
Lara actually grabbed Meldear's butt.
no. So
No, that is canon.
so
Regardless of whether
the events that I'm about to tell is events that happen in the podcast but change slightly in order to change the entire history at the end. For example, Xeris dying. That did not happen. Xeris did not die. In fact, the one
Which time?
the one where he fought the deceiver.
Oh, so he bitch slapped the deceiver, huh?
No. So basically that fight never happened.
Oh.
They turned tail and run, did they?
No, they never even saw the deceiver. He was not there.
Ah.
So the fight never happened. He never died. Another event that changed. The event that transpired with Alara's trial. Alara fails.
Oh.
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 Oh, sorry, Alara, you don't have wings.
Oh no. It even goes so far that she had to find a new deity altogether. That's how bad she failed.
Hey, Tiamat, looking for a follower? I do it in my head, really.
Another event. Going back to the event that happened in the muffin shop. But, so
He talked too much.
Oh yeah.
it even
Sorry,
details. It details
Who is in here?
it details both events, talking about the events of Xeris, Alara, and Anon's visit, as well as the other characters' visits.
I forgot about your initial visit to see Baska.
Ah.
Those also changed.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
So Ermrum never fucked up Mr. Ponzi.
So all of these different events that happened, there are slight changes to it. Until you
The Dwarven Thrower was one of the worst decisions I ever made.
so the moment that everything starts to change indefinitely to where that the complete ending is different was the point of where we had the meeting after Alara's trial. After Alara's trial, the meeting that we had in the last episode, that one completely changed the entire course of history.
Okay. This is me like I'm really fucking intrigued now.
Say more.
So when we get to the portion of where that Alara starts talking to the individual in question and tries to figure out the incident with the oracles, Alara was successful in finding out about the oracles. However, the person being questioned was also involved. He was a traitor. And it led down a spiraling staircase of finding out that the entire time that we were in that town, the deceiver was there, waiting. And that is where the first death happens, and where Alara was the one who dies, not Xeris. Hence why she had to find another deity.
Hey, DM,
Yes,
this is just a simple yes or no question here.
sure.
Are you this whole adaptation and then branch off into a different series of events?
Sure.
Is this based off of what you actually think is going on in Duckies and Darkies?
No.
Okay.
No. So basically, what I decided to do with this is that for anybody who's watched the show on Disney Plus called What If,
Oh my god, yes. Okay.
I took What
I
If
thought
and
that's where it was going.
and applied it to this. This is a what if.
I didn't see. Okay, so the what if is if Marcin Duran was a traitor.
Yes.
Okay.
There are multiple what ifs in this entire timeline that change the entire course of history.
Overkill, shut your face.
But
I'm looking at you specifically. I will fucking murder your ass.
but
What did I say?
to answer Mayhem's question, no, this is not what I think is going on. This is a what if scenario if certain things had changed. It even goes so far as to change the events, and I'll even give this one out. So the event that happened with Anon when she was a child, where her town was destroyed, and it led her to run away from her family, that never happened. She was kicked out of her own family group.
I cannot wait until the day comes where I get to reveal everything surrounding that event, because the rest of the players in Duckies are going to be like, wait, what?
Yeah. So it's just like little bits and pieces that are different, but then you get to the end of the story. The end of the story is always the same. The ending of the story shows where the heroes were triumphant. They did succeed in completing the war. Many thousands died, but in the end, they were successful in defeating the deceiver. It was just that there are slight differences that change the entire story, mostly for the worse. And it ends at the war. So the last bit of information you get on the paintings was the painting of the war itself. And the picture that is shown a vision of a black dragon. And on top of the black dragon is the deceiver holding a staff pointed in the direction of the heroes. You see Xeris, Alara, and Anon heading the front line, charging towards the dragon in order to face it head on.
Oh, black dragons.
Now, what's curious is that there is one altercation that is different from this painting than the one that our friend Zurin and a few others here know. In y'all's version of the story, there were 4 heroes.
Mm-hmm.
In the painting, there are only 3.
Oh.
Yeah, like we can't tell which person went evil.
No, it's
Could
not
you
the fact that
possibly
anyone went
imagine?
evil.
There's 2 people that never actually got involved.
Or did they?
Or if they did, they were on the opposite side of the battlefield.
Like a certain stallion.
I think what the DM's alluding to is
These are alluding to my vision.
Meldir and Kala are there, but who's to say that they're on the same side as Anon, Xaris, and Alara? Oh, damn.
Tony, you made me a bitch. I hate you.
I didn't tell you what happened to your character. I just told you that they're not in that painting.
Now, you'll find out next week.
Or-
Dragon Ball Z.
Or you could find out right now.
You know what? That's as Overkill's character. I'll let him decide that.
You can roll an Arcana check.
Do I want to do physical or do I want to do roll 20? Fuck
Do
it.
it.
Fuck it. 17.
Do it.
Oh.
Do it. Do
Do you-
it. Do it. Do it.
Do you ever walk past those images that on one side of the image it looks like one painting, but then you walk around the other side and it shifts?
Like eyes following you in a painting kind of way?
No, more like that you look at it from one angle and it's one painting, and then as soon as you start to move, the painting starts to change almost like magic, and then changes to a completely different image.
Mm.
Can I adjust the painting?
You can try, yeah.
I will adjust the painting.
You adjust the painting. The painting changes. You see 2 characters. One looks to be like an angel floating high above in the sky. The other, a woman, kneeling before the angel holding a great sword, as if she is praying to the angel. Now, do you want to roll a history check?
Sure. How's a nat 20?
Oh.
The reason that he is not there is because of the fact that he took the God heart from the deceiver himself and gave himself godhood. The woman that is kneeling before him is Kala. Kala never met the group. Kala went on the adventure with the Asimar. They had their own journey, completely separate from the disaster trio. The ending of their story is where Fury's actually begins. Fury made the deal with the Deceiver to become the Deceiver because of the two of them. They were a threat to Fury. They saw Fury as the end. So while one character received godhood and became a supreme deity, the other was given a deal to become the opposite, yin and yang. You cannot have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
So Zarus's very existence is derived on the fact of another deity that is connected to him. Hence why he was cursed. Because the other deity was the one who initiated the curse along with the help of his mother, the Ice Queen. The two of them used their divinehood in order to create a spell that was more powerful than anybody had ever seen. And created an entire world that was based off of a loop. It was the first 10th level spell ever cast. But there's your nat 20. Now, we're going to end the session there because I did ask them if they wanted to explore, so I kind of like gave them a little tidbit of extra information through the notion of the paintings. So now they have the full story. Essentially, it all boiled down to the choices that the adventurers made. Every choice that is made determines the outcome of the history of which that was laid about. It all goes back to what was stated about how that the future can always be changed, but the ending might always remain the same. And for anybody who listens to Duckies and Dargans, that is a quote from Zarus to Kala when they met for the first time through the notion of a vision. Zarus predicted that. He knew that one minor action can change the course of the entirety of the future. And it all determined on the choices that they each made. That's why magic always has a price. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you in the final episode, not next week, because next week is Mother's Day, so do not expect us to be on next week on Sunday. Go spend time with your mothers, you heathens.
But my mom's dead.
Well, go
Oh,
spend time with
Jesus
somebody who
Christ.
loves you. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, you morbid motherfucker.
But
Yeah,
then I
Jenny,
have to drive.
Jenny,
But then I have to
that's
go 500 miles.
I was about to say,
Damn.
Shinny, that's your cue to drive 500 miles and go see Lila.
Anyway, we're going to spend that day as an off day to celebrate our mothers if we have any. If you don't have any, you can spend that day however you see fit, as long as you are kind to one another and treat each other with the respect that hopefully you would want in return.
Funny because for Mayhem and I, it's not actually Mother's Day.
Nah, our Mother's Day is in March.
Well, call them anyway, damn it!
I will do no such thing.
My mom at least twice a week.
I will
Okay.
do no such thing.
Anyway,
Well, this week make it a third.
make it a third. We will see you in the next episode, and we will find out the end of this trilogy for year 1 for these 4 players in question. Now, that brings up a little notion that I'm going to give off to our listeners here. After that session is over, we will be going to the other half of the group. We will be going to Val and her siblings. We are going to go and relay the story of what happened to Val during the entire events that these 4 adventurers were here, trying to uncover the truth of the matter and find the book that they so desire. I hope that everyone will attend those and figure out what's going on with that side of the world. And yeah, I'm very excited for that. But we will see you in the next one. It will be not next Sunday, but the Sunday after. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.